Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you just a couple tricks I'm using to save battery on my Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. This is the Exynos model, and this is the 4G LTE dual SIM version. So this is the G985F. You might have a different phone, but in general, the software on these phones is pretty similar, so you might not get the same results, but you should get pretty similar battery life. Pretty similar improvements in battery life, no matter which version you're using. So the first thing that I do is that we want to use what we call the 120 Hertz power saving mode. So you will notice right here, if you see my status bar, that is the power saving mode on. But if we go into the display, you will see that it is enabled at 120 Hertz. It says not supported, but you'll see that it's selected. So the way that you want to do that is you want to go into Bixby routines. So you might have it on your app drawer, you might not. If you don't, you want to go to settings, you want to go to advanced features and click on Bixby routines, and that'll take you to this app. You want to create a new routine or a new panel basically. You want to go to add, scroll down to the bottom, start button tapped. You want to add, and then the action that it should do is it should automatically enable the power saving mode, medium power saving, on, click done, click done. You can call it whatever you want. Let's call it 120 Hertz. You can add it to the home screen, you can not add it to the home screen, but what you want to do is you want to tap the start button and you want to turn off the display for 5 seconds. After it's off for 5 seconds, you can turn on the fingerprints, you can turn on your phone, and you should see that it's working. Just to show you how that it does in fact work, we want to go back to the display settings. We want to take 60 Hertz. We want to turn off the power saving mode. So you will see we're now at 60 Hertz and the power saving mode is off. And then you want to go back to Bixby routines. You want to stop, press start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is now on. So you will see we are at 120 Hertz with the power saving mode enabled. So that's one way you can meaningfully improve your battery life. So usually power saving mode does a couple extra things in addition to turning off 120 Hertz. Usually that's the big savings, but it also limits your CPU speed. It limits how many apps can run in the background. So you can do all of that without sacrificing the smoothness that comes with your 120 Hertz display. Another thing that I've come to doing with the battery saver, in terms of battery saving, is you want to download Good Lock and Nice Lock. Those apps will be available in APK Mirror or any other online source. If you live in a region where Good Lock is supported, for example, the United States, the United Kingdom, and a couple other regions, you can just go ahead and download Good Lock from the Samsung Galaxy App Store. If you don't live in a region where it's supported, you want to download Good Lock and the supporting apps, but you won't be able to access those apps from the Good Lock interface, which usually serves as sort of a start menu for the Good Lock app. So instead you want to use Nice Lock, which does the same thing, but you will need the Good Lock app installed. This is just like a launcher. In particular, the apps that should work with battery saving, number one is App Booster or Galaxy App Booster. What this does is that it recompiles your apps to improve improve performance and just a little bit of battery life. It takes about 15 minutes and it does heat up your device. So do this while it's on the charger and you don't really need your phone. But yeah, it recompiles your apps in the background, takes a little bit more storage, but makes it so that it's a little bit more optimized when you're running the apps. This isn't anything like the Galaxy, the Clean Master apps that you use in the Play Store. This does improve your performance, if not by a lot. Another thing that you want to do to improve battery life is use a dark wallpaper. I am using the stock Samsung wallpaper. My lock screen is a video wallpaper if you want to see. So that is one compromise that I've chosen to take. But yeah. Another way that you can improve battery life is that in One UI 2.1, Samsung has improved some of the battery controls in its device care app. So if you go into the device care through the settings, you go into battery, go into app power management, you will see two different options. One is for deep sleeping apps and the other is for sleeping apps. This deep sleeping app option is new. It essentially is a guarantee that these apps will not run in the background at all. And I've just put a lot of the apps that I don't really need notifications out of. Some of the Samsung apps on here, like Samsung Members, those are especially egregious. AR Zone, AR Emoji, I don't need notifications from them. They never need to run in the background. So you want to put those kinds of apps into the deep sleeping category. On the other hand, sleeping apps, these can sort of run in the background. I'm still noticing notifications out of them, if not as often. So the tier is sort of just a regular app, sleeping apps, and then deep sleeping apps. Samsung could do a better job explaining these, but you know, as long as you understand the options available to you, that's the important one. You can also put apps that you guarantee won't be put to sleep. My most important one, the only app that I really care about, is G-SAM Battery Monitor Pro. That should never be killed because that's how I get my screen on time statistics. So that is just a quick short video on how to improve the Galaxy S20's battery life. If you want to see results, let me pull up my gallery. This was today's results. This was with the medium power saving 120 Hz enabled. So I got 7 hours of screen on time out of 12 hours of usage. And this is the statistics in the Samsung default battery tracker. So the 7 hour 53, some of that comes from this earlier part before I charged it in the morning. And then about 7 hours of those came from this curve right here. This was the This was the result from yesterday. This was running it at 60 Hz all day. I got 7 hours of screen on time on 90% of a charge with about 8% left. So the battery life does improve if you're using 60 Hz only. I'm noticing about a 20% difference. Here is another one. This one is on full 120 Hz, no power saving enabled, but with all of the other options that you saw earlier. This is so you can see 5 hours of screen on time, 90% use. This is on track for about 5.5 hours. So yeah, the Galaxy S20 has very decent battery life out of its 4500 milliamp hour battery. I'm noticing it gets about the same amount of power as my Galaxy S10 Plus while it's on 120 Hz. So almost all of the extra battery capacity that came into the Galaxy S20 Plus came to powering the definitely more power hungry 120 Hz display. But that is a nice thing, is that the 120 Hz display is optional. You can take it down to the same quality it was as my S10 Plus, and I can get up to 8 hours of screen on time, and that's an additional 2 hours of active full use compared to the S10. The standby battery life is typical Samsung. It's not amazing. But yeah, if you do have any questions, if you have any comments, or if you have any suggestions, do leave them in the comments down below. Like this video. And if you enjoyed it, and please do subscribe. I'm trying to upload more regular content, and then hopefully I can show you guys a couple things about the S20 Plus you might not have noticed or known existed. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope this video helped you in some way.